Hey guys, it's Pete and
Tamara.
here with AlphaDog. This week's food recipe is going to be pretty interesting. We've done a few recipes so far, but we decided to do a really simple home-cooked variety using the Instapot. What's good about this is Tamara usually uses a slow cooker.
I use a crock pot.
Yeah. So what's good about this recipe is you can use it either way. I like convenience and I like the 20 minutes. So we're going to use the Instapot, but feel free to use pretty much anything. Your crock pot, how big is it? Is it about, yeah, so Chester's a small
It's
dog.
about the same size. It makes about three weeks worth of food if I fill it up, but we're going to do about a week's worth here today. So that's, I feed Chester twice a day, so that's 14 meals.
Cool. We really wanted to talk about superfoods today, specifically Ashwagandha. We use an Ashwagandha KSM 66 in our formula for On, our nootropic and life extension. And we also wanted to use a superfood like kale, right? So Tamara, talk about kale a little bit for us.
Well, kale is really rich in fiber. It's got a lot of, as you can see, the deep colors with these type of vegetables. You're getting a lot of really good like carotenoids, things like chlorophyll, and yeah, just really good to use really like high, rich in color vegetables and even some fruits when you're making your dog food.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's really important. Like a lot of people think, you know, your dog needs meat, and that's true. But you know, people don't realize the benefits of actually giving your dogs, and like even, well, obviously for ourselves, we know the importance of fibrous vegetables and all these, like, you know, dark colored vegetables have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them. But go heavy with your dog as well too. They love them. So we're gonna get cracking. We're gonna be starting off doing a little bit of a saute to mix the ashwagandha into the food. We want to make sure that it's evenly dispersed. Now, ashwagandha is an adaptogen. That term, what's interesting about it is that it literally adapts to the stasis of the mammal, right? So specifically, if your dog is, you know, really high strung, it tends to mellow them down. If your dog is, you know, kind of sedated, it can kind of perk them up. Now, adaptogens is really important because not only are they good for actually balancing the homeostasis in the body, they're also extremely potent in antioxidants. So it helps balance against free radical damage in the body, which means less stressful dog and hopefully extended life. So we're going to put half a teaspoon is about 1 gram, which we're going to break over the course of 7 days for 7 days worth of food. It works out to about 150 milligrams. Now, that's Chester. He's a 20-pound dog. So if your dog's 40 pounds, we're going to use 1 teaspoon per week, which is about 300 milligrams. And then for every subsequent 20 pounds of dog, you can add an extra 150 milligrams per day, which would be an extra half a teaspoon, right? So yeah. I'm going to get this going. Tamara, why don't you fill in what the next step's going to be?
Right, so we're going to put the Instapot on the saute mode, and we're going to use olive oil, which we actually also have in our On formulation. So it's healthy fats, lots of omega-3, so just like us, our puppies need those too. And then we actually have our lean protein today is extra lean ground turkey. And then of course our carbohydrate source is going to be our yams, and then we have lots of fiber and stuff in our vegetables. So we've got cabbage. This is just a little coleslaw mix. One really cool thing about dogs and cooking for your dogs is all the pieces that you don't really want to cook with or that you wouldn't like so much, like broccoli stalks or all the, you know, kind of ends of things, you can totally use for your dog, so nothing has to go to waste.
Awesome. So I'm just mixing around this ashwagandha here with the oil, and I really want to make sure it's evenly dispersed. I have the Instapot on saute mode. So regardless, you know, this is an extra step. It's important. Whenever you mix like turmeric or ginger or ashwagandha, any of these superfoods and these herbs, we always recommend using them in like an olive oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, hemp oil, because it really helps increase the absorption in the stomach of the animal. So that's pretty good. Why don't we throw ahead, we got this going, let's throw the turkey in there. So that's, what is this? This is turkey, but we can pretty much use anything. You got a spoon, Tamara? We can get this going a little bit. So guys, feel free to use anything here, right? Turkey, chicken, fish, beef, it doesn't really matter, it's all good. If you guys could actually see right now, Chester is getting pretty close to what we're doing. He's pretty interested. His tail's wagging. So I'm going to give this a good mix. I love this Instant Pot because you can do a quick saute of all your ingredients. And then from there you can either put it to a slow cook setting, right, which is convenient. And then we can also go right to a pressure cook as well too. So we're going to get all that mixed up. And I'm just really trying to get all this ashwagandha mixed in with the meat here, get some heat going. And we are good to go. We're off to the races. Okay? What should we throw in next?
Oh, anything.
Anything, okay.
We'll throw in the green cabbage here, our kale. Kind of just throw it all in. It's really just, there's no rhyme or reason. You just kind of.
There's no wrong things to do here,
yes,
guys, really.
Exactly.
And even though you might think it's scraps to you, to your dog, this is like heaven, right?
Yeah. And nothing goes to waste, so which is great.
I just love how easy it is. You know, some people think it's daunting, but literally just, you know, a good form of protein, some carbohydrates, vegetables, throw in, you know, we always like to top up the vitamins, minerals, extra herbs, whatever we have kicking around for ourselves, because if it's good for us, guess what, guys, it's also good for your dog. A lot of the testing, yeah, go for it. One thing that's important to know, guys, is a lot of the, I'll wait till you finish with that. A lot of the supplements that we see in our health food stores, you know, whether it be glutamine, protein, creatine, all those different nutraceuticals, the reason why they got approved for human use is because the testing on animals was so positive, specifically canines, right? So it's really important that when we think about, hey, is it safe for our dog? Well, yeah, there's more research on actual the use in canines than there is on humans, which is why I got approved for human use. So that's an important thing to note. So pretty exciting. What do you think? Should we switch it to?
Is there enough water?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put the old lid on. Lock it. Seal it, and we're gonna switch it over to my favorite setting, which is the simple. We're going to switch from a saute now to a manual, 20 minutes, high pressure, and voila, we'll see you in 20 minutes, guys. Hey guys, we're back. The pressure release has been released, so we're in action. Let's check out what we got going on. Awesome. What do you think, Chester? Check it out.
Oh, what's that? Pinky thinks it smells pretty good.
I know you guys are going to think I'm totally lying, but this actually does smell pretty good.
It does smell delicious.
I'm building up a pretty good appetite smelling this. Hey guys, obviously, I know it sounds silly, but we need to remind you this is pretty hot, so always good. Make sure that you let it cool down before you feed it to your pet. One thing that's really coming to mind here when I'm serving this food here is that a lot of people, another downfall of using kibble, like store-bought kibble, is that being dehydrated like it is, it forces your dogs to need a lot of excess water, and this digesting that much dehydrated food is pretty hard on your dog's kidneys. So that's another huge benefit to doing the home-cooked food, specifically with these stews and kind of mixes. They're very hydrating, and there's plenty of actual liquid in here, so just something to think about.
Also, generally, if you feed your dog more whole foods like this, as opposed to things with lots of filler, like kibble, your dog is going to poop less.
A lot less.
A lot less.
And you guys that do raw food will know this, like, you wonder where all that food went, right? So it's another major benefit. It actually makes you really wonder, when they're eating all this kibble, where is all that substance, where's it coming from, right? So it really makes you question what you should be feeding your dog. Obviously here at Team AlphaDog, we are 100% pro cook your own food for your pets. So it's going to be our obligation here to give you as many recipes and as much helpful hints along the way in doing so. So let's take a little close look at what we got going on here today, guys. This is our kind of stew. We got ground turkey, kale, sweet potatoes, some cabbage we had in there.
Cabbage,
olive
peas, olive oil, ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. So that's it, guys. There you go. Another successful recipe. If you liked our show today, please give us a big thumbs up and leave any comments down below. We'll be sure to answer any questions. And that's it for today. We'll see you guys next week.